Hello again, YouTube. This is the truth, man. Giving you the truth. I told y'all I was gonna make another video, so this gonna be the video. So shout out to Tish Tales for all the Shanquella Robinson coverage, keeping me informed, that's for sure. And a lot of other people, obviously there was a lot of people in her comments. To those of you who mentioned that you had kids that got killed, and I sent out my condolences, and what I'm going to talk about in this video is kind of along those lines. So sometimes when people commit the act of homicide, they get away with it. Not all the time, but sometimes. And on Sunday, my Sunday sermon, I talked about the love of many growing cold because of sin, the increase in sin. And I'm hearing about a lot of people. You could throw me in there, but not all the way, because, you know, I'm going to explain why and what I'm talking about. But I'm hearing a lot of people, they just stay in the house now. They say they don't want to deal with people. They don't like being around people. And y'all know that goes hand in hand with what I was talking about Sunday, because sin is increasing. Most people hate cancel culture. Like, I would venture to say that cancel culture does not represent the views and ideals of the majority of the United States people. Like, freedom of speech, you don't want to mess with it. Like, even if you don't like what people say, you don't want to mess with freedom of speech. You want to be, that's a real slippery slope. So, but you got to see both sides. Like cancel culture, for instance, who knows? It could be they're trying to eliminate potential problems. But me personally, I don't think it's that much. I think it's trying to control people. But because of all the stuff we see, we hear about on Instagram, on Facebook, on the social media, how people do each other on social media. Like, a person can have a good take and nobody won't like it, nobody won't comment. You know, for some people, the weaker people, that might hurt. You know, because sometimes I see comments on Facebook and I'm like, man, that's crazy. So I'll respond to it. But justice, always know this, justice will always eventually be served. You don't get away with something throughout all eternity. So if a person managed to get away with something on earth, let's say you do have a loved one that was murdered and it was never solved, or the people got off, just understand that they can get by, but they won't get away, because the Most High has record of all things that take place in the earth. Now again, I know some of y'all try to unbelieve things away, and that's not how things work. If something is true, it's true whether you believe it or not. You can't make it untrue by saying you don't believe it. And I know some of y'all can't be that childish. So yeah, sin is increasing. And even me, like, I like being by myself. Like, I'm real skeptical and like with friendship and calling somebody friend, because let's be honest, I got burned in ways too. Like, you know, people act like they don't know you. They'll side with people that's against you. They'll talk behind your back. They'll disrespect you. Like a lot of people try to disrespect me as a minister because they're so naive that they think that it's a matter of how you dress. Since when? Since when? When did none of them pastors, I guarantee you they ain't had no tailor-made suits on. I guarantee you that. So since when this is about what you drive and how you dress? Now, If you read about the 450 false prophets, just read about them. Most of the time, the false prophets gonna dress better and have more, in some cases, than the true prophets. Because sometimes the Most High, let's just be honest, he don't want you to get blinded by things. So you kind of, when you're a real prophet, you kind of have to keep bringing things to the Most High attention. Not that he don't know about them, but sometimes he just wants you to communicate with him. Yeah, hey, I'm praying for a better car, or this or that. As a prophet, you don't want to focus on those things, but you do have a right to have some nice things. Because you're a prophet, that don't mean you don't have nice things. But people make that mistake. And like I told y'all, you got to know when to demote and when to promote in terms of who you deal with. Friends, so-called family, so on and so forth. Because remember, sin is increasing, and as a result, people is becoming more distant. We see it all the time, the red pill space. I talk about stuff all the time. It's based on some of my own experiences, as well as the experiences of others that they have shared with me and that I've seen on my own. It kind of creates a distance between male-female dynamic. But let's be honest, all distance ain't bad distance. The best, like I tell you all the time, the best policy is to avoid. But you got to understand. So I'm bringing this back to you. Because sin is increasing, don't be upset if somebody pushes you away. Just keep living. Or they reject you. Keep living. That's fine. As I tell y'all all the time, rejection from people is what? An open invitation from the Most High God. Almost every time. If you're a person out there and you hear this and you feel like everybody rejecting you, you feel like people don't turn their back on you, you feel like people are treating you bad because they think you're unsuccessful. What's successful? Based on knowledge and wisdom, what's success? Money? Some of the people with the most money are doing the most evil things. Money is part of success, but it's such a small part that it shouldn't even be mentioned. How you conduct yourself, how you carry yourself, what you believe, what you do with your life, how you take care of your body physically. All of these things also come into play. But what's most important is your name in the book of life. If you don't have nothing else but your name in the book of life, you are successful. You tell me, and I'm going to tell you the God honest truth. If I had to choose between my name being in the book of life and $400 million right now, anybody could test me out. I'm taking my name being in the book of life every time. Because that money, that's just for now. You a car accident away from not spending none of it. You a stray bullet away from not spending none of it. You a wild wolf with rabies away from not spending none of it. So I'm taking the book of life because I know that if my life did end, it actually begins. See, but most people don't think this way. That's why it's so bad out here. That's why murder is increasing. That's why you got these cowards, tattoos all over the neck. Oh, look at me. I look like the rappers. But then you leave a body in Mexico. You're a freaking coward, man. 3 dudes. You that scared of jail? You must can't fight. See, that's how I know these dudes is actors, man. These dudes can't fight like that. Because if dudes could really handle themselves, like you got guys like right here in Milwaukee on the run, running from time, and they might only even get a year. You must can't fight like that. What? Your boys ain't gonna be there? So you feel unsafe? Stop doing stuff then and keep your mouth shut. These guys want to do, and this is what I'm telling you, man. I know a lot of people I got cousins. I know, he turned his life around. He a solid dude for the most part. Don't want to deal with people. Just rather stay in the house, watch TV. How many people done told me that, man? I don't be doing nothing, man. I just be staying out of the way. That's why I be like on the outskirts with people who not thinking about me. They barely even look at me, some of them, and I'm fine with that. That's great. Then you go in the trenches with the pocket watchers, the bums, the ones that think that their way of making a living is stealing from you, and now they looking you all in your face. Listen, I might not talk about that same wing ding on wing ding stuff, but I don't go for that. So, but these guys, they just ran a red light, I think, was that yesterday, and killed a woman who, get this, a teenager, ran a red light, killed a youth counselor. Her whole life's work was trying to help them, and one of them ran a red light and she lost her life. Like I tell y'all all the time, man, you can't help everybody. You can't help everybody. Because see, here's what happens. And this is mainly, this for a lot of you ministers, people in the church, you trying to help your church grow, all that. Don't never put your kids on the back burner for these stubborn, evil people. And you think you got to go do something with the church, take your kids with you. Take them out for ice cream afterwards. Do not neglect your kids for any of your old friends that you grew up with, church people, or anything else. You got kids. All your free time from work, most of it should go towards your kids. Especially if you a pastor, do not neglect your kids for these churches, man. I'm going to tell you firsthand, I'm a prophet. I'm going to tell you the Most High don't want you to do that. He don't want you neglecting your family to be in church, man. He don't. Because, going back to, again, people gonna do what they do. Let me say that again. People gonna do what they do. And I will also say that people gonna do what they want to do. When it's all said and done, me preaching, I'm never gonna neglect my kids, never gonna neglect work, making money, so on and so forth. I did that before. I did that. One day I was thinking about it. I was in college some years ago. And while I'm in there, I couldn't even concentrate because I was just thinking about preaching and stuff. And that's when I was young in the ministry, like in my 20s. I'm like, man, I don't even want to do this. Thinking back and seeing how these people is, I should have stayed up in that college. I wish I would have knew what I know now 20 years ago. And I would have spent more time in prayer, seeking God, and dealing. I didn't neglect my family though. I'm always in the yard with my kids, playing video games with my kids. I didn't neglect my family. That doesn't apply to me. It doesn't. But there are some things that I wish I would have focused on more. I wish I would have focused on just working. I'm still trying to play sports and stuff. I wasted a lot of time trying to play sports in my 20s. I should have spent that time working, stacking money. I was trying to work one job, then I'd be off and I'd be at the courts. And yeah, I come home and I always deal with my kids. I still deal with my kids. Like, I play video games with my sons practically every night. If they won't, I play with my daughters every night. Deal with them every night. Like, talking to them, teaching them, playing like games and stuff like that every night. Because these people, I'm going to tell you something. Do not spend your energy sad over these people. Let them reject you. That's great. It's wonderful. That will show you to spend more time on your grind. You say, well, jobs in my city don't pay that much. Get two then. Get two. You say, you can do DoorDash. Like I had one of my subscribers that I deal with, down in Light. Me and him was talking in the email, and he told me about his town where he's from. If like a lot of you are from towns like Youngstown, Ohio, like the smaller towns with not a lot going, I live in Milwaukee. The job market is way more robust, stuff like that. Just move. Like, go to a city close by. Go just save your money up, get you a Airbnb or a hotel room, pay for it for a couple weeks or a month, and then just get out there and grind and be looking for you a place. But don't spend your time, these people. No, man, these people ain't worth your energy. You better than these people, especially if they evil. If they can't see the good in you, to the point where they want to spend the time with you, go to a game with you, go to the movies with you, go out to eat with you, have fun with you, watch TV, this, that, then forget them. Either do it by yourself or find other people. But like I said, I'm kind of like that, but I'm not the type that I'm just not going to deal with nobody because of the way the world is. That's what the devil will want. Just be careful. Be careful who you deal with. But don't stop 100% dealing with people. Because like he said, because sin will increase, the love of many will grow cold. But what's the next verse? But he that endures to the end, the same will be saved. What else did he say? Blessed are they that hunger and thirst after righteousness. Y'all hungering and thirsting after people. That's why this stuff keep happening. You hungering and thirsting after people. Some of y'all, you talk just like them, all the people on the other side from God. You don't have to act like that. You don't have to be hyper religious, but you don't have to be so urban either. Where everything about you is urban. You talk all that slang and all that. Hey man, if you talk slang, I talk a little slang. But y'all be trying so hard to be over there. And then a lot of people end up dead trying to be over there. And you still don't be having no friends. A lot of people still don't be having friends, man. So what's the point? Focus on the Most High. That right there should be first. You wake up, say something to him. Thank him for waking you up. Say something to him. Whatever comes in your heart and mind, say something to him. Honor him for who he is, and then make your requests. Then do all the stuff like eating and drinking and dealing with people and going to work and this, that, and the other. But see, we don't be having our priorities in order, and that's why some people end up dead. Trusting people too much, or trusting the people that they can trust too little. And listen, I want to talk about relationships a little bit too, in closing. A lot of you, look, and let's talk to the rich. A lot of you women, you might be richer than these guys, but you know you lonely. You can't find the type of dude you looking for. You need to kind of loosen up a little bit and still be on guard, still protect what you have, because the dude it's thieves out here. But loosen up a little bit. Stop going so much. Everybody ain't got six-pack abs. Everybody ain't 6 feet tall. Everybody don't have $6 million. So you gonna die alone as a woman? Because the guys that you think, you don't even, if you true to yourself, like I did a video on this, most women don't even be with the type of guys that they really like in their heart. They just want to put on a show for people, showcase. And guys be doing that too. They be doing that. Listen, man, that fat girl with them bumps on her face probably got better loving than them girls you be looking at. Grip. I ain't gonna get nasty. Y'all know my videos ain't for kids, but I'm not gonna get nasty. I ain't gonna go too far. The girls you want, you lost up in there. Cause everybody else want them too. Or the girls you try to act like you want. Some of y'all dudes be fronting. That's what I like. One of the things I like about Black Ram. Black Ram will come clean with it. He'll come, I mean, them dudes that be in like when he do the cognac and the cigar series, those be coming clean about what they really like. These other guys, they try to act like they gotta have the Barbie doll on their shoulder, but then they sneaking Miss Piggy in the back door, and Miss Piggy is putting them to sleep more than the Barbie dolls. People just gotta keep it real with theyself. Live a high life. You can have expectations, but let your expectation be realistic. If you worth millions of dollars, what's the chances of you finding somebody that you really like being around and really like being with that's worth the same? You're a woman now. You done did good for yourself. This is what Kevin Samuels used to talk about. And this go hand in hand, because I'm trying to show y'all something about how we need to be thinking with these sin increasing times. You can't be the person trying to hang with everybody, but you gotta have enough discernment and wisdom to know who you're gonna have around you. Instead of, man, I don't mess with nobody. I hate everybody. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. So, justice is being served with Shanquella Robinson. Thank God. They gonna start snitching on each other. The whole story finna come out, y'all. It's finna come out because this is what happens. If it don't come out now, it's gonna come out later. It's gonna come out later. Everybody don't go to heaven. Some people go to hell. I mean, these preachers need to quit lying. So, just stay optimistic. Don't be the person that need people, but don't be the person that pushes away people that will benefit you. Just keep that balance. Keep that even keel. But anyway, this is The Truth, man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Thanks for watching. Keep tuning in. We'll see y'all tomorrow.